Hello everyone, this is Telenissa, and I'm here to bring you another WeakAura, this time over the Havoc Demon Hunter. I've been out for a long time, so hopefully you guys enjoy the WeakAura and the video and my little explanation in between, and hopefully it comes out to be some of use to you guys. And hope you guys are enjoying Legion. I certainly am, and let's get right to it, I suppose. So for the Havoc Demon Hunter, we have a wide variety of spells to keep track of, and because of that, there are some liberties I've taken with the talent choices that show up, as well as your various movement abilities and artifact abilities. So the Demon Hunter in itself is a very AoE centric class, so it will deal more damage in an AoE, as you might have seen if you guys already play it or played with it. So one of the most important things to track as a Demon Hunter is your Fel Rush. So it will track both the amount of stacks that you have as well as the cooldown of the next generation of it. So very fantastic to understand how much Fel Rush stacks you have and when it's getting back up, to better apply your various talents and damage most effectively. What we have in the top left is our Chaos Strike, so basically our heavy hitter and way we dump Fury, so when it crits it will refund half of the cost back after the fact. So very fantastic abilities to keep track of. Next we have our I-Beam. So I-Beam, it is a pretty strong AoE ability in a line that I generally use only on like 3 or more targets. Of course, if you get like a legendary or the talent to augment it, you can use it more frequently on maybe like 2 or 1 target, depending. Next we have our Blades Dance, which is an AoE ability which is augmented by your artifact when you have balanced blades to deal more damage for every target that you hit. So generally using that towards the beginning of your rotation, if you're facing a lot of things, is you get more benefit out of it. Next we have our AoE CC in Chaos Nova. So Chaos Nova is very strong and potent in PvP situations as well as PvE situations where you just want to get that CC out. Other than that, we have our artifact ability in Fury of the Illidari, so very fantastic ability there that you get baseline for your artifact ability, which pretty much you place it on the ground and it deals AoE damage. And one of the golden dragons that you can receive, which buffs it, which is called Rage of the Illidari, allows it to pretty much explode for the damage that it has dealt during its duration, spread equally amongst whatever is out there. So generally you want to use it to DPS a lot of adds and then hopefully kill them, and then the adds that are left up, or the one boss that's left up, to take the brunt of the damage that you have dealt with the ability. So timing it might be a little strange at first, but once you get the hand of it, it is very useful in a lot of situations. Next we have our Metamorphosis, so a very strong survival cooldown more often than a DPS cooldown, that increases your just baseline damage, as well as let's see here. So it deals damage in an AoE, and then empowering your Chaos Strike and Blade Dance. So very fantastic there, as well as gaining haste, which helps you auto attack faster, as well as generate some fury in that direction. Lastly, we have our Throw Glaive, so very strong spell. Initially I had thought when looking at the Demon Hunter that it would be somewhat similar as to like the Warrior Throw weapon, where it is more of a AoE like extra ability rather than something that you mainly use in your rotation. But playing around with it, leveling with it, it is a very strong spell in which you want to keep track of because of various talents, as well as artifact will boost damage of it, so it's very strong in, let's say, like cleave fights, or even single target is fantastic. So on the right, it will show both your darkness and your blur. So blur will show under darkness, and darkness will show over blur, just because of the raid utility that darkness provides. So very interesting defensive cooldowns in the fact that they give you dodge, which can be useful, can not be in a couple situations. So it's not like absurdly strong, but it can provide that extra bit of, if you dodge that ability, you will miss out. Well, you will take less damage overall. Next we have our talents. So for talents, I have selected the 100 tree, the 102 tree, the 106 tree, and the 110 tree. So the other trees are they either augment your abilities that you already have, or are more passive and not worth tracking necessarily. So what we have first is our demon, our 100 talents. So prepare, demon blades, or demonic appetite. So those are important to understand what type of fury generation that you are going to have. So generally I use demon blades. However, if you're in a situation where you feel that you won't be auto attacking as frequently, so let's say in intense PvP or arenas where you're not going to be able to just sit there and attack something, having prepared is also very useful. However, in a PvE situation, generally demon blades beats out prepared. However, it is of course to your preference. Any of the talents are freely interchangeable and will change the UI to suit your needs. Other than that, we have our Fell Blade, First Blood, and Bloodlet. So I use Bloodlet to augment the Throw Glaive to deal dot damage. So very fantastic, and has some synergies with the other talents and abilities that come into play. The 106 talents, we have Momentum, Fell Eruption, and Nemesis. So Momentum is what I use currently, so whenever you use Fell Rush or Vengeful Retreat, you'll get a 60% straight damage increase, and utilizing that with your various charges of Fell Rush and Vengeful Retreat to keep up that momentum buff as often as you can to deal your hard-hitting moves. So let's say you want to use a Fell Rush, then immediately follow that up with a Fury of the Illidari or a Throw Glaive with Bloodlet. So you're getting the increased 20% damage off of both your Fury of the Illidari, the explosion of it, as well as your Throw Glaive's base damage, as well as the Bloodlet dot that will tick afterwards. All gets increased when you have that momentum buff, so it adds a lot of complexity to the Demon Hunter, which I enjoy, and makes you think about using your Fell Rush charges and your Vengeful Retreat charges more intellectually, or more strategically rather. Other than that, we have Fell Eruption, which is fantastic. So it's a 35-second stun, or does does 100% extra damage against things that are immune to stuns. So it may be very fantastic on patchwork fights that you pretty much just sit there and only deal with the one creature. So generally that is useful, or if you want the stun utility, that is useful. Other than that, in PvP, it is a very fantastic talent because the extra stuns are always welcome. Other than that, Nemesis is an interesting choice in the fact that you are able to mark a target and then deal straight 20% damage to it. However, if there are like any ads or what have you, utilizing Nemesis is a little bit more niche in the fact that if you put on, let's say, a boss and you just deal 20% extra damage to the boss, you're missing out on 20% extra damage you could do to other things that you would be able to get from Momentum or Fell Eruption. So however, if you are facing a lot of the same creature type, so let's say you're facing a lot of demons during a fight and they come up with ads of demons and the boss is a demon, you throw the Nemesis on an ad, kill it, and you are able to do 20% damage to all other demons. So it is an interesting talent which shouldn't be neglected per se, but it is very niche in the fact that it may not work as efficiently as the other options. Other than that, we have Chaos Blades to track. So Chaos Blades is a more single target focused ability. So on a 2-minute cooldown you do increased damage, and then your auto attacks do more damage and cause chaos damage, which is also buffed by your mastery, which increases the chaos damage that you do. So Fel Barrage is looking to be tweaked by Blizzard very soon, so that may not be as competitive in all situations. However, you really shouldn't have any issues with AoE, and Chaos Blades, in my opinion, helps out your little bit of weakness in a single target situation. So other than that, this is the build that I have. Use it if you'd like. However, if you want to change things out, by all means. So other than that, the Demon Hunter is a very fantastic class. It's very useful in a lot of situations, especially AoE. Many classes have like single target in mind and then AoE added, but this is very AoE centric, and then it has AoE abilities that are useful. Using the class to its most effective potential will take a lot of skill in maintaining your momentum, your various damage increase buffs, and utilizing your various abilities such as your Fury of the Eldar, your Blade Dance, and your Throw Glaive at effective times where you get the most damage out of all of the abilities as well as talents. So hopefully you guys enjoy the WeakAura and it works properly. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please let me know in the comments section down below, and I will come out with a Vengeance Demon Hunter WeakAura very quickly in the next couple days. So hopefully you guys don't miss out too much. Until then, I'll see you guys later.